Okay, it says I'm live. Doesn't look like anybody's here today. Yikes. That's disconcerting. It is Saturday, right? Saturday, May 2nd, yeah. Hey, there's Stephanie. How's it going? I was thinking maybe there's nobody here. That was going to be a really, really dull live stream if there was nobody else here, man, you know. Well, I'm glad you're here, Stephanie. Welcome. Glad to see you. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and play some Octortle. Hope you won't mind. I'll give it a few minutes before I click off the timers, because it doesn't even show that you're there. What's going on here? Well, anyway, it is what it is. Let's move OBS out of the way. And, well, I hope you had a decent dinner. Hey, Commandant, how's it going? All right, so we're doing the rescue on Octortle. So I'm going to say smooth maybe on that one. Hey Donovan, how's it going? Oops, I'm in the... let's go back to here. I was in the wrong thing. Twink, twink. There we go. Gotta be careful which window I'm in. Okay. So... no, that won't work. I was going to say smooth, but I need 6 letters for that, don't I? Well, I don't know what that one is then. That one's probably 7 or something. I'm going to try 7. No, okay. Well, that might have just screwed me on this one. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Chicken adobo, nice. Is that one going to be toast, maybe? Okay, I got one. Yay, so I'm not totally sucking tonight. Smoky, maybe? Okay, here we go. Okay. Sheen, probably. Okay. What'd you say? Oh, thanks, Stephanie. Hey, MSC, how's it going, man? MSC, man, dude. Oh, man, I don't know. Talk about a just straight up groan. Now what is that? T-U? What is that going to be? Tubal? Okay. Clank? Oh, do I have enough? I don't have enough. Oh, well. Well, I hope you had a good prom night. Hope you didn't damage yourself or anybody else for that matter. What is that going to be there? Oh, Vault prom. Nope, not Vault. Galt, maybe. Maybe that's not what it is. No, it's not going to be what it is it? Well, what is that one there? It's not clank. It's not blank. Flank. All right, we'll do that one, flank. And what's that one there then? It's R-U-A. Oh, start the clock. Argue. Yeah, you're probably right. Yep, there you go. Thank you. Time to start the clock. Let me go over here. And then let me go over to here. And start that one. And then let me go to here. And start that one. And then that should be fine. And then that's that there. Hey, everybody's more or less functioning along there. And so, there you go. Thank you, Donovan, for the reminder. And, you know, I didn't need to switch over to there to do that. Although, you know, since I'm in this mode rather than game mode, I'll go back and play some more Octordle in just a moment. But, so I'm going to, I have some, I don't know, good news, bad news, depending on how your perspective is. I'm going to drop my most recent scheme for the Patreon, you know, every Monday being Mind Test Monday, but it's free, but you have to go to Patreon to see it. Because not only is, like, nobody showing up to see it, I mean, it's like really, really, really minuscule numbers. And not only that, but since I've put that plan into place, my overall viewership is, like, completely in the toilet. So I'm going to go back to trying to just doing what I was doing before and see if I can think of something else that, you know, I don't know. So I guess the Patreon is going to go back to being a tip jar. And I hope that doesn't disappoint too many of the people, because there was a couple of people that signed up new since the new regime began, but not very many, to be honest. So, yeah, so hopefully for those of you who did join up for that, it's not too disappointing for you to, you know, anyway. Well, you know, I guess the thing is to just convince people to watch my videos. So, I mean, yeah, anyway, so there's something else I was going to say about you that was, oh, also, it's on the 16th, I think, the 16th, is that right? Yes, okay, so Saturday the 16th, there won't be a live stream, and that's because I'm going to be going out of town. My sister is, she's doing her graduation for her teaching credential thing, and she's decided she wants to walk, you know, to do the whole, you know, thing. And it's but she did it through National University, and they do the ceremonies down in Southern California, and so, like, nobody can really go with her, but she really wants to do the thing, so she's going to take me down with her, and I'm going to go watch her walk. So yeah, so I'm going to go watch my sister do her get her teaching credentials so that she can, you know, not just teach little kids, but teach, you know, older kids too. Yeah, anyway, so there you go. So there you go. There's the two bits of news. Patreon is back to just being a tip jar, and yeah, and then I won't be here on the 16th, but I will be here next week. So anyway, so where we got here? You're a toilet man? I don't get it. Yeah, I would hate for you to show up, Stephanie, and, you know, you're just sitting here like, oh, where is everybody? So please don't do that. I would hate just to see you, you know, or think of you, you know, sitting around being, you know, heartbroken. And where'd everybody go? That would just suck. So, yeah, don't do that. Okay, well, now that I've gotten the announcements and the bit of bad news out of the way, let's go back and play a little bit more Octordle, shall we? And so, that was Rescue. Let's do Extreme. Okay. And, oh, thanks, Donovan. I'll pass on your wishes. or that's going to be 4, eh? That's nice. And that's going to be chic, isn't it? And, all right, I'm going to put it in the plum. Yeah, she's very excited, and I'm super proud of her. I mean, she's my baby sister, so of course. Yeah, I'm really pleased. And it's been a thing she's wanted for a while. She just kept putting it off, you know, and then it turned into one of those, oh, but when you get to be our age kind of thing. And then she finally said, you know what, screw that. I'm going to go do it. And I'm so glad she did. And so what is that going to be? Budge, maybe? Oh no, but debug. There we go. Dozen maybe. All right, so what do I have over there? Onion. Okay, well that was good. So we got that. Let's see. So what was it? Rescue. We got extreme. Let's go to classic. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, James. My thinking is I wonder if there's two things that people didn't want to be sort of forced to go over to Patreon to see it. And another viewer had suggested that maybe there's just so much, you know, Mind Test Monday to be watched between the two channels, and you know they're just not. It's not worth the effort to have them go over there. So I don't know. So I'm just going to go back to where I was, see if I can kind of regain my viewership, and then rethink what I'm going to do. So yeah. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Cushy Joint Freak. And okay, so let's go ahead and put it in plum. All right, what's that going to be? Thorn, probably. And shock. And title. They use that one quite a bit, I think. Okay, I got a couple of comments coming. I don't know if Patreon, I think Patreon lets you choose your own value if you want. You can also go to Buy Me a Coffee. That's a new thing. So I don't think it's in any of the videos that are already out. It'll be in the videos that are coming out soon. There will be a video. There will be a mind test this Monday. And yeah, I'll try to remember to make sure that there's a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. Or, you know, I think I posted it in the chat last week. I can post it again if you guys want, or you can just wait and get it out of the description of a video. Okay, so cried. And you know, I don't know. I'm still thinking about that Stephanie, the not safe for work stuff. The thing that's kind of kept it on not from happening is that, well, the stuff that I wanted to do is it's too hardcore or something for, because, well, it's called The Pearl, and it's this Victorian porn, you know, literature porn. And there's quite a bit of stuff that falls into like incest and rape fantasy stuff, and Patreon doesn't want any of that posted. So I'd either have to go through and edit them and like alter the stories to fit, or I'd have to go through and, you know, just read through them and find stories that, you know, had large enough segments that didn't, you know, violate the rules. And it just started turning into like a lot of work, and I was like, I got to find a better solution for this. So for right now, it's just kind of on hold. Yeah, I don't know. So, you know, I guess not all ideas are good. What is that last one going to be? What is that last Anvil. Okay, what do you know? Is it better on YouTube than it is over on Patreon? Okay, then it's, you know, maybe it's better that it turned out the way that it did. You know, I'm not going anywhere, right? You know what I mean? So, well, I hope I'm not going anywhere. It isn't my intention to, it is my intention to keep doing this until I croak, so, it is my, yeah. It's just, it would be better if it would be easier for me, you know. So, I don't know. What is that going to be? Okay, bleach probably. Nope. Belt. There we go. Interesting. Swoop. Oops. Clone. Sower. Maze, probably. And Esther. And Rotor. And bilge. Oops. Yikes. Okay. You know, yeah, and here's the other thing. I'll be able to make more of the other videos because I was just getting so bogged down and not being able to deal with the time thing with, you know, trying to do all the game videos for, you know, for the, you know, for the whole month. I just wasn't very good at it, you know. So maybe I should, you know, just dial my expectations back, go back to what I was doing and see if I can, you know. Well, anyway, I've said that enough times already. I'm kind of repeating myself now. Okay. But yeah, I'll do trace video and I'll be doing crinkle videos and I'll do solitaire and there's a whole lot of things I just haven't done. So. Edict, evict. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's do waged and we'll see immediately. It's not either. Oh, I didn't try to be, so it could be that, couldn't it? There we go. And refer, I guess. And braid. And I guess bribe. So that's some octortle. Maybe I'll come back and play some more later, but man, my sinus has been driving me nuts. I don't know where I got it. I felt like I either had a bit of a head cold or really bad allergies the other day. I mean, like really bad. And I haven't had allergies, you know, any kind of allergy attack since I was a kid, so. Mukbang. I'm drawing a blank on the meaning of mukbang. Why am I not remembering what that means? This one seems to be taking forever. Oh man, yeah. Illness is a bad thing. But anyway, so I still have a little bit of a sniffly nose going on. You know, since I'm in this mode now, I can chat and read comments. Oh, right, yeah, no, I don't like those. I don't like eating videos, so I don't want to make eating videos. there's only a few things that I'd be like, I'm not going to make that. And eating videos is one of them. /7 live stream. You know, that might be a thing to do for like an event. You know what I mean? Like, clearly it wouldn't be anything I could maintain for any length of time, but it might be interesting to do sort of like the, Jerry Lewis telethon thing back in the day. Although it was for, obviously raising money for charity, and mine would be more for just goofing off and the amusement of it. I mean, I suppose if I had a bigger reach, it would be, you could probably do both or something, but although I suppose I could do something for a charity, I just don't think it would end up doing much. Eating a bunch, though, like a whole bunch. Yeah, no, that's not. Wow. Yeah, Cerebral, is that how your Cerebral tab? Interesting name, cool. Yeah, there's a few more games by Color Bomb who made Trace that I'm gonna make walkthroughs for, and I'm gonna follow the same kind of strategy. And that'll probably end up being something that I do fairly frequently. Doing that kind of thing. I was even thinking of doing some of the older, like King's Quest type games and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I know. I've watched a fair amount of the French Whisperer stuff. He's very good at the stuff he does. Let's try using the bigger brush for a little bit. Psychopathic middle-aged women do ASMR art journaling. I don't think I've seen that. I'll have to check him out. I don't know that if the name doesn't ring a bell, Stephanie. I'll have to see if maybe I've seen his stuff and his name has dropped out of my head. I have to admit, I haven't really watched much Ephemeral Rift lately. thoughts on ASMR, okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about maybe doing some math stuff, Chris. That might happen. I suppose one of the reasons I haven't really done it is that I've just been kind of out of math for a while. Oops, my thing finished. Oh no, it's time for me to have a break. So, I'm going to go have a break and then we'll talk about the math stuff. Okay, I'm back. That was weird. There was a weird pop noise, so I just did that. Okay, so comments, and then I'll talk about the math stuff, I guess. Well, actually, I'll just finish the math thing. The thing, I haven't really been following math or having my fingers or my head in it or anything in so long that I just feel kind of weirdly rusty, and so I don't know if I get over that hump, and then maybe I'll be more interested in doing some of that stuff. But yeah, as far as ephemeral riff being pretty toxic, I mean, I saw a clip that somebody had. I don't remember, they sent me the link or I don't remember, but I saw a clip and it was it had to do with how the way that we did food in the food industry and something like that was essentially like terrorism against animals or something, and I don't know, that was well, it seemed a bit obtuse and strange, but and also a little confusing to me because terrorism, when you're talking about it from a political standpoint, is that it's a political action, and I don't know, so what political action would we be carrying out against animals? I'm a bit confused about, but I'm sure he had some idea about what he was trying to say, but I don't know. But as far as other toxicity stuff, it just seemed like maybe he was, I don't know, got a little too silly. I don't know. For a 2-hour break? No. The clock timers are telling you what's left, man. So the one that says 1:56 means that's how much time there is left for the whole stream. And the 16 minutes says that in 16 minutes or thereabouts, I'm going to take another break because of my back. I get back issues. So, but if I take a break every 20 minutes, it doesn't bother me so much. So anyway. Yeah, I might be able to dig out some old basic college algebra or some, differential calculus that might be easy enough to just sort of wander through without, having to rack my brain too difficultly. Or rack my brain with difficulty. I don't know, anyway. The inspiration for doing it was, I guess, the short answer is to give back. I consumed a lot of ASMR, and people had complimented me on the sound of my voice, so I thought, as much as I like listening to it, and it kind of fits with my musical interests as well. So, Good Night Moon, right? Yeah, I used to watch some of that. I didn't realize he'd started making racist comments. That's ridiculous. Because he and I did a collaboration. I never would have guessed that he would have ended up being somebody with some racist perspectives. That's not anything I would have expected at all. Yeah, no. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to come up with any sort of manifesto, man. I mean, I have a hard enough time, getting ideas down so that, the future me will follow what I put down, let alone anybody else. Apparently, Ephemeral Rift had made some racist comments. Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't seen those. I'd seen, some other comments, but anyway. Pharmacy. I don't know that one for the pharmacy thing. I'm assuming that's what it's about from the spelling. So I don't know that one. I'll have to look into it. Thanks, I'm glad you like the content. Should I just refer to you as Cab or CA or I don't know. Alright, you know what I'm going to do just because I'm feeling like I want to go back. I'm going to go back and play some more Octortle, but I'll just be doing the, I don't know, here I'm going to do this first because I hate the flashy nonsense it does, so let me do that first. It's going to go to there, and there it does that, and then I'll do to here, and we'll go to there like that, and I'll say a new game like that, and we'll go over here like that, and what do you know? And I have some more comments. You want to be canceled next. Hey, the last note, how's it going? Hey, Cordy, how's it going? Canceled Rob. Alyssa, I don't know Alyssa. Okay. So that one could be above, maybe. What's that one going to be? Well, let's just say bluff for that one. And is that going to be something like Bobby or Booty or Boogie or Boozy or let's say Token? And Gulch. I don't know what that one is there. Admin. Okay. So it's not, I'm going to try Boozy. Well, okay. Holy mackerel. I don't know what that one is with the Z in it. Does anybody have any ideas? So I'm going to say that one is above. I think. There we go. It is. And alright, that one's just curve. Alright, so now this one back to this. This is, what is this? Razor? Is that what it is? Oops. There we go. Man, I just couldn't see it there for a minute. Hit black ice. Wow, I'm glad you liked that trace video so much. That makes me very pleased. Yep, well, there you go. It was in fact Razor. So Cushy, Joint, Freak, Solarina, I guess. And Moose, Short, and I almost put in Plum and draw the blank on that other stuff there. So this is going to be Tramp. What's that one going to be? Groom. And Omega. And I'll assume State it could be, yeah, alright. Puppy. And I'll, oops, there we go. And I got some commentary. My top performing video ever? Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd have to go look it up. I'm assuming it's going to be on my old channel, but, so it'll take me a minute to figure that out. Puppy pitter patter. Hey Ben, it's good to see you, man. I hope you've been sleeping okay lately. That could be Grown, it could be Horgan, it could be, who knows, that's going to be Tribe, isn't it? Okay. And that's going to be Macho. And that's going to be Roost. No, it's not. Oh. Do I still have enough? Just barely. Radio. Is that one Ruler? Okay. And I'm going to say it's Grown. And there we go. Now what's this then? Interesting. Thanks, the last note. It's going to be Curio. And Ebony, maybe. That one could be Owing or something. Let me go ahead and put in Plum. So that's going to be Roomy. Is that one going to be Dryer? Okay. Smell. I think that's going to try Owing. Yeah, okay. And Color. And Apron. Oh, you're right. I haven't seen Kate Manda chime in yet today. Well, you know, she has been having stuff going on, so perhaps she's still having stuff going on. Hopefully there's nothing causing her any grief or anything like that. going to be growing, isn't it? This one I can be optic, I guess. Okay. Impel. Nope. Pixel. There we go. Huh. I'll go back down. So what's this one going to be? Widow. Yikes, okay. And then after this, what time is it getting to be? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll just play this out to the end, and then I'll do something different when I come back from the next break. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Flare. Agent. Frond. I want to say it's unlit. Tense, maybe. Okay. Slyly. Leave. And relax. What do you know? Can I see you? I can see that you just entered something in there right then. Did you not? Did I not say hi? I thought I said hi. Okay. You know, there's a. I wish I could remember the whole deal, but it's a Laurie Anderson thing, and it's to do with I don't remember the phrase she used. It was kind of response to easy listening music. It was something like difficult music, and you had to sit upright in this chair, it was straight upright back chair or whatever. I can't remember the whole thing, but faint, that'll be an easy one to do there. Cumin. And well, let's put in plum. That one's going to be cacti, isn't it? There we go. Purge. Nope. Oh, puree. And so what's that one over there? Cavil. And valid. Oh no, I should have just been able to see that. Oh, Villa. Zowie. What time is it getting to be? About a minute. I think I can do one in a minute. What do you think? Pretty altars, Bill. Be careful with that one, man. I am just as likely to be an evil prick as anybody else. It's a daisy, probably. And whack. Foist. Snowy. it's almost time for a break. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take my break, and then I'll come back and we'll do something other than playing games for a few minutes anyway. All right, see you in a minute. All right, is that okay? Okay. I'm never sure. Sometimes it seems like, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't feel like I can trust YouTube. Okay, anyway, so now I'm going to do some, what am I going to do? Yeah, I'm going to go back and brush a little bit more. Brush a little bit more on the microphone. And then I think I'll grab the good old chunk of wood in a bit and do some tapping and brushing on the That's a nice sound, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting idea, Stephanie. Now you've got me curious. So, as the skateboard is right here, that's pretty good. Grip tape is good. Yeah, that's a good sound. Good suggestion, Stephanie. Yeah, that is a good sound. Okay, do it over here a little bit so we can kind of at least have the, sort of pretend that there's a reasonable staircase Is that too much? Or do they go well together? Weird. Did you guys hear that? It sounded kind of like some not crinkling, but rustling of something. It's a very weird noise. It's happening again. What is this noise? Do I have a loose cable somewhere? What in the world is causing that noise? Very strange. Nothing seems to be. I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was my headphones too, Stephanie, until I looked over in the meter and it was happening there too, and I thought, okay, that's not just my headphones. So I don't know, I guess I still have some form of ground gremlin. Stickers. Oops, yikes. Sorry about that. And there goes Pooches. Oh, I got some more plants, some flowers planted in the garden. MaxVoxPax is sort of half-assed Latin for most peaceful voice. The word order is kind of screwy just because I like the sound of MaxVoxPax rather than MaxPaxVox, and even then I don't know that MaxPaxVox would be the right word order because I don't know that Latin follows a similar word order to English, so. But anyway, that's kind of where it comes from. Cool. You know, we have little tiny sprouty green things coming up in the one part where I just planted the wildflowers from seed, and there's beginning to be little bits of little tiny bits of plant. you know, yeah, I could do K diamonds. Although, just to be a bit of a pedant, sort of whatever, it's, the K is just the letter K. It's to do with KDE. It's a Linux thing. I don't even remember where it comes from, to be honest. But yeah, you know, let's just cause. And K diamonds, okay. And then now I need to go to gaming mode, but we don't want. I don't want octortal anymore. We want K diamond. There we go. Okay. And oh, it's okay. I was just being a smartass anyway. But all right, Space Cowboy. Yeah, how's it going? Weren't you doing wrestling? Well, welcome back in any case. Do I think about making more? Yeah, that actually just came up just recently. Yeah, I will be making more of those. Initially, I'm going to play, well, all of the ones that I know from Color Bomb, because I really enjoy them, and they have sort of a similar kind of aesthetic design vibe kind of thing going on that I find very enjoyable. You can't hear the sounds from the game. Okay, let me tinker with that then. Oh, you know, here, let me do this. That's going to be why. Okay. It should be fixed now. How about now? Does that take care of it? I hope, because if it's not that, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, what are we doing here? Let's do this there, like that. And like that. Yeah, I think the thing, I keep thinking about this, and I just haven't gotten off my ass and done it, obviously, but I think an interesting thing might be to do to make a video of, you know, playing K-Diamond, but try and edit it in such a way that I just took out all the gaps so that it would be just the, you know, the gems falling. You know what I mean? So even if it wasn't a really big long chain reaction, it would just kind of sound like it was. I don't know. All right, I'm going to play with that sometime soon, I hope, and maybe I can make it into a video. We'll see. And we'll go here like that. almost time for another break. Wow, that one went quick, didn't it? Well, yeah, I mean, time flies when you're having fun. And there goes some pooches. Okay, I'm going to go switch over to here for a quick sec. And then I'm going to take a break. Man, it just seems like that one did just go by really quick. Anyway, so here we go. Let's go back to here. What in the world? It did the Zoom thing. Thank you. My goodness. Heebie-jeebie. Okay, well, I guess I'm back. Well, let's go back and keep playing some K-Diamonds for a bit anyway. Well, I'm glad your Saturdays are improved by it. Well, you know, I'm not embarrassed. I don't think you should be either. It's pretty much it is my social Saturday for the most part. Thing is, I don't really go to parties, bars, or clubs, you know, so I'm generally at home. Although, once upon a time, yeah, I would not have been at home. There's that little noise again. I can see where the plugs are plugged in. Alright, maybe I've got a bad end in one of my cables. That's funny. And lithium. You're trying to buy an ebook that's currently copyrighted in the USA. Why would you not be able to buy an ebook copyrighted in the USA? Trying to buy it. So are you going to have to go to, I'm not sure I understand it, you're going to have to go to Canada to buy the book? Is that the idea? That seems weird. Well, you know, that could be a reasonable assessment, but, you know, once upon a time it was where I spent a fair amount of my time was in bars, etc. But, well, the truth was, though, I was probably not a very good person back then either. But I don't think it's necessarily evil to go to parties, bars, and clubs. I think it's just a matter of which ones you go to and what you're doing there. Keep hoping we'll get one that'll just kind of keep going for a while. Huh. Oh well. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's very, very nice noises. I tend to, well, you know, yeah, I trance out on it all the time. Just kind of go, oopsie daisy. Come on, there we go. You know, Stephanie, I'm not sure. I don't know if there's a thing for that. I would think that there's, if not a direct one for a phone, because since it's, I don't know if any of the KDE stuff gets ported to Android or anything like that or not, to be honest, because I don't really use phones, so I'm not the best guy to ask about that kind of stuff. But I mean, I use phones to actually talk on the phone or send texts and like, but otherwise I don't really use phones. I'm not a fan of the form factor. small and fiddly. Well, there's quite a lot of clunking and bumping and stuff going around upstairs. Although, maybe not to the extreme that we've heard in the past. I wonder if maybe I should switch over and do another trigger for a while. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because I haven't done any crinkling. And I haven't done the thing with the chunk of wood yet. And I haven't done the jar. So there's a bunch of stuff I haven't done. So I'm going to put this aside for a minute. I can always come back to it. Let's go to this bit here. And I'm going to do, actually, you know what, let me do the chunk of wood and then I'll do the jar. So I'll start off kind of just tapping on it with the pads of my fingers. That's easy. And I'll tap over there while I'm whispering over here. While the dogs go apeshit upstairs. Oh, I didn't see you say anything about beard brush. So yeah, I'll try to remember to do some beard brush. Hey Vexing, how's it going? And I will now... There's so much to say. And I will tap over there. Whispering over here. Well, they're certainly cheered up about something. Zowie. Oh, I misunderstood what you're saying then, Stephanie. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm just dense as hell today. Well, you know, yeah, let me, I will do some beard brushing. Let me brush on the good old chunk of wood. A little bit. All right. tracing has not been done yet. It's easier if I do it this way. There we go. Okay. Wow, that was a very loud little pop. It's bothering me that I'm having such a weird gremlin thing going on today. I hope it is not like a harbinger of worse things going on in the wiring around here. Oopsie daisy. So I think when I come back from this next break, I will do a little bit of beard brushing, then I will do some tracing, and then we'll see what takes place after that. Maybe I'll play some more of one of the games, or hope not. I don't want the universe being on the side against the lives. That would be bad. Don't do that either. Stop. Go back and sit still. All right, well, it's time to take a break anyway, so I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Okay. I just had a sneeze that I thought was going to take my head off. Should have seen the red go on the meters. Okay, let's do some tracing. I will begin with letters first. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, T, Q, R, S, G, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I'll do the numbers. Oh, and it started doing the thing again, didn't it? Stop that. Okay, thank you. Now, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there we go. Okay. What else have I overlooked today? Have I got everybody? Oh, I haven't done any crinkly stuff. You know what time is it now? It's only... so it's not even 10 o'clock yet. You know, I'm going to go play some more practice octortal. And then I'll do some crinkle stuff after the next break. I might do something else other than just octortal too, but I need to go back and switch that. No, not there, there. Like that there. Let's go back to here, thank you. Go to gaming, and now we'll switch the game from K-Diamond to... there it is, octortal. Yep, okay. Does anybody else in the chat have sisters of Pistonal? Okay, hang on. Sorry about that. Staff, as far as the oh, yeah, the Zoom thing. That's just horrible, isn't it? Anyway, let me get on to playing the game here. I have to say, over the years, my sister has pissed me off quite a bit, but in truth, we get along pretty well, I think. But I think most siblings will. Why did I just type in first when I can see that the F doesn't go first? Holy mackerel. Oh, man. So this is going to be a sucky one, isn't it? Probably boost. Beret. Favor, maybe. Swift. Quill. And Queen. What do you know? Okay. Nope. Okay, and then what's this here? Aloof. Oops. There we go. So I'm going to assume, Biggie Chest, that your sister has done something to piss you off. Anything you wish to regale us about, or, and, you know, not have to if you don't want to. I'm just nosy sometimes. What is that going to be? Donut, maybe? Let's go ahead and put in plum. So slimy. It's pretty. That one's going to be stayed again, isn't it? Probably. What is that? Audit, I bet. Yeah, okay. So, yep, it stayed. And, yep, it's donut. And tally. And, huh. Owing again. And mover, maybe. And queen, I guess. So what have we got? That one could be berry, it could be rugby, it could be who knows what. Gland, maybe. What do we have over here? Okay, inlay, we'll get that one. Break. Wow, okay. Pooches are excited about something. Well, it's not Bury, is it? So I'm going to say rugby. And, okay. And girth. And antic. What time are we getting at to now? 6 minutes left. Yeah, there's a lot of commotion upstairs for sure. Boast, maybe? There we go. Okay, is that going to be crawl? I don't know what that one's going to be. Tempo, maybe. Nope. Can't be. There's no P in it. I don't know. I'll come back to it. Slant. Plunk. Vaunt, gaunt. What is that? Daunt. I think, how many do I have left? I have 5 to get 4. Alright, I'm going to say depot. Nope, okay. Detox. Alright. Diver. Okay. Now I've got 2. Oh, it's Vaunt. There we go. Actually, the family's mostly okay. My middle niece is, it's been a while now, it's been more than a year, but she graduated with her degree in, to do CSI stuff, what do they call it, forensics or something, and anyway, she's been having trouble finding work, but I guess she's got she's been doing interviews with some place that they're out in the Central Valley somewhere, so I'm not sure. I don't remember what city it is, but it would be doing what her degree's actually in, you know, as opposed to just, I think now she just does, she's a photographer for a place that does like school photos and that kind of thing. But so she's pretty jazzed because it might be, you know, is that going to be bulge? No, bugle. And, well, it ends in L. Nail. Okay, there we go. I don't know what that one is there. Let's see. This is there. This is. Oh, it's going to be globes, but. Alright, and this is going to be gland. And. I don't know what that one word is. That one I think is going to be diver. What do you think? Okay. Usurp. Heebie-jeebie. Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. And what is that going to be? Cedar, maybe? Nope. I should have seen that A and known that that wasn't it. Why didn't I do that? Let's put in plum. So major. So maybe carve. Might be that one down there. I don't know. Undo, maybe. Smite. Spool. I'm not sure what that is either. Apple. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing what that one is there, but so this one is CA Cadre, maybe? Okay, there we go. Nope. Alright. So I thought it was going to be carb, wasn't it? Yikes. Okay, unwed. That's what that one was. Yikes. Okay, what time is it getting to be? Okay, where am I? Alright, so it looks like I've only got a few seconds left. There it just went. Alright, I'll be right back. I don't know what I'm going to do when I come back. Stephanie, you can make whatever comments you want. Actually, in some ways, you're kind of, I suppose, holding down the fort for the other Stephanie, i.e. Kate Mandel, right? Because she's always the one saying, comment, everybody. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like the stream. She's probably my best, as far as, like, you know, vocal cheerleader sort of person. You know, I'm going to go play some more of the stuff here just because. Although lately, Stephanie, you may be giving her a run for the money as far as the cheerleading aspect of things. So I appreciate it. So make any comments you want. What is that? Chalk. And is that cheek? And Jiffy. Okay. So now what do I got? I'm going to say plum and realm and aware maybe. Yeah, okay. And weedy. And what have I got here then? Gloss, huh? There we go. Do I play chess? No, not really. I mean, I know how the pieces move, you know what I mean? So I know the rules in the very rudimentary sense. You know, I don't know anything about gambits or any of that kind of thing. But, you know, so I know that, you know, yeah, I know the basic, how the pieces move and all that kind of nonsense. And I know about castling and whatever, but I just never, I don't know, I just never got bit by the bug. I had friends that did, and I did play with them now and again, mostly because they talked me into it, but they, you know, man, anyway. Yeah, I don't know. For me, chess was never quite the game. When I was younger, I did play Go with my dad for a while. He was kind of really into it for a minute. And Go's one of those games, like, it's really kind of super easy and, you know, in a superficial way, but it's also like, because its simplicity is what it is, it's like, yikes, it can get really difficult. Anyway. I'm going to say that's dirty. What do you think? Yep, it was dirty. Okay, that one's going to be tardy, warty. I don't know. Toddy, is that how you spell toddy? Okay. Is that dined? Nope, I should have seen the I right there. What are you doing, Bill? It's Dane again, isn't it? Yep, it sure is. Have I even got enough? I have 4, yes. So no more. Manner. Okay. I'm going to say it's got to be warty. Okay, and then that's waxen. And Excel. Yippee-yi-yay. Okay. I guess what is it like? You essentially have a big grid, and you're trying to take real estate of the grid, so to speak, by you put little colored pieces on the intersections of the grid, and they're black or white. So you're trying to cover the entire board with black, and your opponent's trying to cover it with white, or vice versa. And yeah, so it's I don't know, Othello. It's not exactly like that, but that kind of, I don't know, maybe gives you kind of the direction. Yeah, I don't know. I would say search it on YouTube and watch some guys play it. My favorite car or truck. Well, I really like old Volkswagens and Porsches, air-cooled type stuff. So I like old 911s. But a 71 bus, I used to own a 71 bus, and it was like the greatest vehicle ever, and I should not have gotten rid of it. But, man. All right. How are we doing on time? I think we're all right. Spray, mint, state maybe. No, I shouldn't have rushed into that. Let's go ahead and put in flank just because it's right there. Is that fever or fewer? How many do I got? I have 4 and I have 4. Yikes. Okay, so there's no... that's going to be airy, isn't it? Nope, it's not airy because the R's there. Okay, so what am I going to have? All right. There we go. Is there a way I can... not really. Dirge, huh? Nope. Ridge. And... alright. That's a couple I lost tonight. Not up to my usual standard. Is that going to be queen again at the end? I'll just go ahead and put in plum as usual. I'm going to say, oops, yeah, squad. Say squad. And stout, spout, no, not spout. Blast. Is that one going to be taker? I don't know. All right, queen. Yeah, I think it's going to be taker. And hasty. Gland. Oops. Buggy. And I'm going to say it's stout. Okay, what do you know? The gremlins are messing with me. That's funny. Yeah, I suppose they probably are. Oh, there we go. All right. Yes, I do. I live in a place called Castro Valley. It's in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's kind of south of Oakland. I mean, it is south of Oakland. It's kind of, yeah, it's south of Oakland. I guess is the easiest way of telling you where it is. Hunter. Oops. Froth. Hitch. Huh. I'm not sure what that is there. Oh, if you have a question, Biggie, you can ask the Biggie the question. I mean, I don't promise to answer all questions, but you can. I encourage people to ask them. The worst that'll happen is I'll say I'm not comfortable answering that or something like that. But rose. All right, let's put in plum, which was probably not so coolly. Oops. ask the question or what? Wow. Honor, heritage, and henceforth. Very unusual names. I think it's going to be quack, isn't it? Huh. How's time getting to be alright? Huh. Alright, so I'm going to say that's macaw. Alright, I'm going to say that's manga. And this is going to be widow, which we've already seen that a couple of times already. The grass hay production in California. I don't know anything about the grass/hay production in California. Okay, frisk. Huh. So let's do poem again. So mirth and early. Nope. Oh, I should have seen that with the Y up at the top, wasn't yikes. So older probably, okay. And later. And what is that going to be? Newer, never probably. And I don't have enough to. So it's vodka. That should help there, yeah. So oxide. And so newer. Okay. You know, see, here's the thing with this. It's like it seems harder because you've got, I've got 8, games here playing at the same time. But it's at first, it kind of seems so, but after, it's not. Once you kind of get used to it, and actually, in some ways, it's easier because sometimes you can use words. Like, oh, I think that might be this, so you can try it, and then it will help you with another word sometimes, you know what I mean? So I don't know. If you can do Wordle, then I think you could do this. It just takes some time getting used to that. That's going to be conch, isn't it? I think like a lot of things, it's just a matter of getting used to it, man. So strut, maybe? Okay. I don't know what that's. Wrong, I think, maybe. Okay. Alright, I'm going to say fizzy. Or is there something else that might be? is the only thing that comes to mind. Well, we'll put it in. Yep, there you go. No, it's not otter. I think this is going to be them, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. All right. And totem. All right. I thought maybe that was going to be Metro, but there's no P and no M in it, excuse me. Retro. Yikes. Alright, so what's this last one? Huh. Okay, I am welcome to any and all suggestions. I'm drawing a blank on this one. Oh no, I'm not. Aphid. There we go. Yippee-yi-yay. Okay. How much time have I got left for this? A couple of minutes. Okay, I'll play a little bit more of this, and then I don't know what I'll do after the break. It'll be the last break, so. Huh. All right, I'm going to put in plum. I'm going to try skull. So that could be guild. Could be quill. I'm going to try grass. And vault. Nope. Adult. Okay. And guild. Fire. Match. Sword. And acorn. Okay. You know, Stephanie, it's like something across the room. You know what I mean? It's just something silly like that. You know, it's just some kind of half-assed nonsense that comes to my head. I mean, that's really all there is to it. Oh, you know, here we're coming up on almost break time. So, yeah, so think of what triggers you'd like before I, wind down. We're getting near the end of the stream. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the break, and I will be back in just a minute. All right, so I am back. Am I going to sneeze? No, I don't. Man, for a second there, I thought I was going to sneeze. Okay. All right. More tapping on the wood and brushing on the wood. Sure, I can do tapping and brushing on the wood. I like the good old chunk of wood. And I'll probably we do a little bit of both? How's that? And I'll do that. While I'm tapping over there, I'll be whispering over here. But I will be tapping over there while I am whispering over here. And I will be tapping over here. No, I'm tapping over there. I'm whispering over here. Tapping over there and whispering over here. And I'm tapping over there while I am whispering over here. I am tapping over there while I am whispering over here. And you know what? I just realized I'm going to turn off the white clock because there's not going to be any more breaks, and they're out of sync anyway. So let's just make that invisible. We don't need it for the rest of the night. And now I will go over here and I will do some tapping over there while I do some whispering over here. Do some tapping over there while I do some whispering over here. And I'll do some tapping over here. No, tapping over there. Just whispering over here. And no, stop the zooming nonsense. Thank you. I'm not signaling to you in the least, little camera there. I am tapping on a chunk of wood. And whispering while I tap on that chunk of wood. And now I'm going to start using my fingernails a little bit, which truthfully have gotten a little long. So I'll whisper, and I will tap, and I will 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 whisper, and I will tap. Whisper over here while I tap there, and I will whisper over here while I tap over there, and I will whisper, and I will tap, and I will whisper, and I will tap, and I will whisper, and I will tap, and I will whisper, and I will tap. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of brushing, and then maybe I'll come back to that. Start with the little craft brush. Yeah, a couple of times. I mean, not for a long time. The last time I was in a straight up fist fight, I think. Wow, when was the last time I was in a straight up fist fight where I was actually in a fist fight? Probably, I guess, junior high, to be honest. I mean, I was involved in altercations, but I wasn't really involved in the fight before, you know what I mean, where I've been like trying to, break up fights between friends and stuff like that, and you kind of get banged up or whatever in the process of that. But no, I haven't been in a fist fight since like junior high. Yeah. I had a cracked tooth that I hadn't realized was cracked until somebody, I wasn't in a fight, but I ended up getting popped in the face by accident anyway and broke a tooth. And thinking of it, the only fist fights I've seen among adults were men who were drunk and being assholes. You know what I mean? Yeah, his son is Stephanie, I think his son is fairly talented as far as the doing the technique, the wet on wet type thing. But Bob just has the vibe, Have I ever listened to Peter, Paul, and Mary? Yeah, a little bit when I was a kid, because they were kind of big back when. Like Puff the Magic Dragon and stuff like that. And Blowing in the Wind and stuff like that, yeah. Okay. Extra pickles. You eat extra pickles. What was it? It was I guess it was Burger King that did the "Hold the Pickles, Hold the Lettuce" song back in the day. MSE, you know the one I mean? How it goes like, "Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders don't upset us. What is it? All we ask is you let us serve it your way," right? That was Burger King, yeah. Anyway, when you said that, the thing about the pickles, it made me think of that song. Well, Around the Black, I'm glad you were able to come in at least for a bit. Thanks for coming by. And, yeah, I'd love to see you next week. That'd be great. When you could have it your way. Yeah. Fast food is not what it once was. Man, when I was a kid, I loved fast food. I'm not as big a fan of it as I once was, just because, basic cheeseburger is fine, and most places can make a decent cheeseburger, stinking phone. Or maybe I should qualify that. I mean, it depends on what you mean by decent cheeseburger, but I'm partial to like In-N-Out, to be honest, but it seems that, and I'm not the only one that says it, but it just seems that quality's gone downhill quite a bit in just about every place. What's that guy that does the fast food reviews? I mean, he treats them seriously, like he's doing a straight up, food review, like, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're down inside of 3 minutes now. Oh, actually, you know what? Since we're inside of 3 minutes, and I haven't done any crinkling, I'm going to do some crinkling with my latest favorite. Big old Planko crinkle. Report of the week, right? That's the guy. Piece nuggets. Yikes, that's a lot of chicken nuggets. Okay, so since we're getting down near the end, I'm going to recap some of the announcement stuff that I made earlier today, just so that, like it just seems like the live stream is the best place for me to make these sorts of announcements before they actually, just going to fall over anymore. That's all right. Okay. Yeah. I am crying uncle on the Patreon thing, and it's going to go back to just being a $1 tip jar for the moment, because it was a failed attempt. And I will be here next week on the 9th, but the week after that I won't be doing a live stream because I'll be out of town, since my sister's graduating and she's doing walk the thing to get her teaching credential. I'm going to go watch her, put on the mortarboard and do the whole thing. And yeah, so oops, there we go. It's officially over. Kill that for the moment. Let me go ahead and do that for the moment. Yeah, okay, so I guess that's it for tonight. Yeah, so again, on the 16th, there won't be a live stream because I will be out of town, and Patreon is going back to what it once was, and I'll be doing things other than my weird Monday game plan thing. It's getting shelved, so oh, yeah, I can actually do that. I can do the lullaby. Let me see what other comments I've missed here real quick. Yeah, In-N-Out is a pretty good cheeseburger, I think. And yeah, I know what you mean. I don't tend to... Yeah, anyway, I don't want to think about fast food. It's not good for my stomach. Food is good for my stomach. In any case, so let's do a bit of the if I can get it in my head and do the thing here. Good night, Stephanie. Hope you had a good night, and MSC, and, well, around the block, and who else is here? My brain is going blank. I'll have to scroll up and see. Man, James and Holy Mackerel and Biggie Chess, and man, we had a fair crowd here tonight, didn't we? Anyway, thanks for coming by, everybody. And again, I will be here next Saturday, but not the Saturday after that. So, hope to see you then, and aloha, siblings.